ever wondered how best to help your children or your students to learn to read quickly? I've got you. In this video, I'm going to share things that you can do to help your students or your children to learn to read quickly. Step 1. Ensure that your children know the letter sounds. Words are made up of sounds, and once they've mastered these sounds, you can start teaching them to put these sounds together to start reading words. Be sure not to go from A to Z. There is no need to teach children all 26 letter sounds of the alphabet before starting them to read. Here is a quicker, more effective way. So let's say, for example, you have taught your child or your students these sounds. S, A, T, P, I, and M. By teaching these sounds first, you can have your children reading many words. But let's get started with something that you must do every single time, and that is start with 2-letter words. So let me show you how exactly to teach these 2-letter words, and this will take us into step 2. So let's review quickly. Step 1, teach letter sounds. Step 2, start putting these letter sounds together to read words. And my advice to you is to start with 2-letter words. Take a look. So from this, I'm going to put a line here. We can teach the first word, which is at. And another thing that I do is to put dots under each letter sound. We call these sound buttons. So you're telling the child to imagine that they're pressing these buttons and they're going to say the sounds as soon as they do them. Or while they're pressing the buttons, they say the sounds just like this. At. Again. At. And what's that word? At. Yes! Your child has just learned to read a 2-letter word, and that's the word at. And that's something to celebrate. Hee hee! And from there you can say to the child, look, you have just read a 2-letter word. You are a remarkable reader. And have the child repeat that. I am a remarkable reader. Yes. Include some affirmations. I call them my reading affirmations, and they are so helpful because they boost children's confidence and give them that push, that motivation to want to continue. So this is your first word. The second word that I would do is the word it. I would do it, it, it. What's that? It. Faster. It. Next word would be the word. So we have at, we have it, the word in. Button, and we say in. Again, in. And that's the word in. One more time, in. So look, just like that. 1, 2, 3 2-letter words already. After just learning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that is why I said earlier, do not spend the time to teach all 26 letter sounds of the alphabet. That is not going to speed up children's reading. Try this approach. It works. So what are the words again? At, it, and in. The next step would be to move on to 3-letter words. But just imagine, look at the start. Yes? Now, into 3-letter words. So the child would have already known at. So watch me moving from a 2-letter word to a 3-letter word. So it would be, let me put a little squiggly line here to separate them. S, at. Now for my buttons. S, at. S, at. You can even connect these dots. S, at, sat. Now, one of the things I've noticed, and I experienced it this school year, that was in term one with one of my students. And this is a strategy that I had to try with him, and it worked. It was the game changer for him to take him from reading or blending 2-letter words into blending 3-letter words. This is what I did. So I did s, ah, then I had him do s, ah. Hold on to those two sounds, s, ah, and then we added the third sound. So whenever he got stuck, I would say to him, cover this last sound and remember to say these two together. Say these two sounds first, then go ahead and connect that third sound, and it worked tremendously. So let me show you again. It's at. The word is sat. Here's another 3-letter word that I would teach. It. So it. What's that? It. Faster. It. The word is sit. So look, we have sat, we have sit. Let's see what other 3-letter word we can do. The word sap. Sap. So we go sap. Sap. What's the word? Sap. What other word can we do? I'm thinking of the word tap. Here we go. Tap. So it's tap. Let's connect the dots. Tap. And the word is tap. Do give this a try. Can you help me to figure out some other 3-letter words that we could use these sounds to teach children? Comment below. So, one of the things that I like to do also is to use a puppet. Yes, use a puppet and have children pop these same sounds. That's going to give them more practice in segmenting and of course blending and eventually spelling these words. And yes, don't just stop at reading these words, blending them. I want you to take this into the next step, and that would be spelling. Now, how do you go about helping children to spell these words? I do what's called dictation. So I would say to the child, I want you to spell the word at. What's the word? At. Have the child repeat the word at. Now, how many sounds do you hear in the word at? Use your fingers to help you. So we'll do a. One more time, at. Then have the child write the word. You can even use lines. At. What sound comes here? A. My next sound would be t. Once they have done that, we check together. You just wrote the word at. Let's check to make sure that you have all the sounds. A. Give it a tick. T. Give it a tick. This is also very, very important to help them in assessing their own work. And if they make an error, we simply fix that error. That's okay, right? After that is done, we carry on with the same words that they've read. That is it. Do not give them words to spell that they were not taught to read. So it's knowing the sounds, putting the sounds together to make words and read words, or blending. And after that, we do the spelling bit, which is segmenting these sounds and writing them down. You can also go a bit further by using these words to create sentences. Yes, to compose sentences. So say, for example, a word like this, you could come up with a sentence such as a caption. I usually start with a caption. So not a full sentence, but a caption. So the caption could be, sit in a tin. Sit in a tin. Very easy caption. And if you notice, I'm still using these 6 sounds to do that. So my first word would be sit, then in, then the word a, then the word tin. You want to say to children, let us count the words that are in the caption. So we go, sit in a tin. Again, sit in a tin. And we would record that sentence. Sit in a tin. Let me erase my board and show you exactly what I do. So it sits in a tin. For some children, it is important for you to use objects such as blocks to represent the words so that they can remember them. And also it helps them to keep track of the words that they need to write. So sit in a tin. How many words? 4 words. So my first word, sit. How do we spell sit? S-I-T. My finger space, in. Sit in where? And I would also highlight finger space. So sit in a, what's my last word? Tin. T-I-N. Let's read together. Sit in a tin. And the same process that was used to check for the sounds in the words during spelling, the same process should be used to check for the sounds in each word. So sit, it, are all the sounds there? Yes, give it a check. In, yes, yes. How about the word tin? Let's check. T-I-N. All the sounds are there? Yes. And look, just like that, from letter sounds to words into a caption. Can you believe this? So in no time, if you follow this routine, I'm not going to call it procedure, but routine, because it's about doing it every single day so children can get confident about spelling and reading and writing. So imagine doing this every single day, including all of these steps in your reading lessons. Listen, the readers, your students, are going to be remarkable readers. Do give this a try and let me know if it was helpful. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.